So all of our spiritual awakening endeavors, our aspiration, our right thinking, our metaphysical study, that is, study of higher realities, our meditation practices, which provide an opportunity for us to experience physical relaxation and mental calmness. All of these things that we do are for the ultimate purpose of enabling us to be awake to what is true about ourselves and our relationship with the wholeness of life. Of course, I emphasize the usefulness, the wisdom of awakening as quickly as possible to put an end to confusion and trouble and difficulty, so that we can function freely and creatively and enjoyably in space-time for as long as we are destined to be here. And of course, our sojourn in this world is only temporary. It is brief, relatively brief. We are born into a body, and we live a few decades, and then we depart. But we came from inner space, and we will eventually return to that inner space. While we are here, we can live effectively and knowledgeably. There is no need to be in a rush to leave this world, because when you are able to function consciously here, in harmony with the rhythms of life, then living here is comfortable and useful, because while you're here you can perfect your self-knowing, and you can also render some useful service to others who are still on an awakening path, and contribute to the welfare of the environment, the planet, the universe. There are many people who have a superficial interest in metaphysical matters and in the possibility of being spiritually awake, but they aren't completely committed to self and God realization. They read a little superficially, not always understanding what they read. They meditate when they get around to it. And when they're not meditating, they are usually involved with necessary and sometimes unnecessary matters and relationships. And their consciousness is, for the most part, what we call ordinary, or modified, or conditioned, blurred, fragmented. And so with right living and right aspiration and right spiritual practice, in time our awareness becomes clarified. Our mind becomes well ordered. Our powers of discriminative intelligence become highly developed, and our intuitive ability improves, so that we are able then to live with dispassionate objectivity while doing whatever it is we are inclined to do or need to do on a day-to-day basis. By dispassionate objectivity, I mean unemotional objectivity, so that we are not reactive to what we observe or to what occurs at any time. We have feelings, of course, we have emotions, but they are never out of control. We are always emotionally stable, always discerning, and always using our power of discriminative intelligence to discern the difference between what we are as an observer or a perceiver, a seer, one who sees, and what is observed. So you can look at your thoughts and you observe your feelings and discern that you are not your thoughts and you are not your feelings because they are constantly changing. You know you're not your body because you're only here for a little while. But you are at the core that unchanging being. So if you can more and more be anchored in that knowing of what you are, this will contribute greatly to your complete spiritual enlightenment. Of course, you can meditate also, and I recommend that you do, on a regular schedule, but not passively, and not just to have a pleasant interlude of being quiet and peaceful, but meditate superconsciously. Super means beyond or above, so superconsciousness is a clear state of consciousness which is above or beyond and other than and superior to ordinary states of consciousness. Superconsciousness is your natural state of consciousness. So it is not a state of consciousness to be produced, but it is simply to be reclaimed. That's something to remember when you're meditating. You don't have to struggle mightily to produce a superconscious state. All you have to do is to learn to sit quietly and let your thoughts and feelings settle while remaining observant, and before long you will be superconscious. Your consciousness will be clear, unmodified. So you want to meditate to the stage of superconsciousness. And if you are not successful every day in doing that, persist with confidence and without undue anxiety about the outcome of your meditation practice. You want to be alert and attentive, but not try so hard. Relax into the process. That is the most useful way. And if you sit long enough, alert and attentive, eventually you will experience a superconscious state, and you will know when you are there, because you will be peaceful, stable, your awareness will be clear, your thoughts will be, for the most part, absent, dormant, and you will know, aha, here I'm there, I'm here now at this place of superconsciousness. This is the preliminary superconscious state, during which thoughts are still active, somewhat in the background, but still there. That is a preliminary, early superconscious state. Superconsciousness mixed with thoughts. And then in time, thoughts settle, and then superconsciousness prevails undisturbed. And then, of course, that is still not spiritual enlightenment. It is a stage of self-knowing, and a useful stage. And then from there, you suddenly experience an adjustment of viewpoint. Then you are anchored in this experience of what you are, self-realization. And then eventually, there is the unveiling of your innate knowledge of that reality we call God. Of course, the word God is only a name that we give to that which is nameless and formless. But you have knowledge of that within you, and it is unveiled. And then it is before you. It is just there.